Brooklyn Independent Television.
Foxy Winston is my mum and dad's name. My mum we called Foxy instead of Mum. My dad really is Winston, named after Mr. Churchill. Foxy and Winston is the boutique design house for paper goods and textiles. I'm an illustrator and a lot of the products in here are hand printed by me, and some of them are made in India with a fair trade textile sourcer that I work with. I studied fashion and textiles at university for 5 years in England. I dabbled in all sorts of things, from painting murals in restaurants to doing illustration for editorial and all sorts of different jobs. After about 10 years of waiting tables, I finally decided to start my own business. I began out of my studio in my apartment, and I started working building a line of stationery. A year and a half later, I took a studio up the road. So I started my business officially in 2005. And then 3 years ago, I found this little shop, and it had a studio in the back where I could do my work and I could sell it in the front. So I decided to take a risk, and it paid off.
I think people really respond to Jane's work because of her colors. She uses a lot of really beautiful and bright colors, and I think she's gotten really well known for her teals and her chartreuses. Whimsy is a very good word for it. She has a love of all creatures, great and small. She really has an eye for drawing animals. I think in the city that's a really nice juxtaposition, and so we get a lot of people really liking her work and gifting her work because of her color palette and her choice of typography. She's very charming as well as an illustrator.
A lot of what sets it apart is that I still draw everything myself, so they're always a little bit different. The brightness of the ink, the opacity of silkscreen ink, it's quite different to lots of other printing mediums, so it's very bright and very opaque, and I'm able to use proper artist's acrylic colours, so you get that rich pigment. Now we're going to make some sunny yellow daisy teacup cards. I'm going to flood the screen with the yellow acrylic paint.
Working at Foxy and Winston here in Red Hook is great. It's a great part of the city to come to every day. The community is wonderful. Everyone seems to really know each other well and support each other. I think there's a definite mythology about working near the water. The idea of old sailors and some kind of, schooner going by and the tugboats that come by, it definitely feeds into the whimsy that goes on in the shops around here as well.
Shops open up down here and they fail and close down again. I think you've got to be something very specific to survive down here. If I was just a shop, I'd have closed down probably 2 years ago, because you can't just make a living down here buying stuff, marking it up and selling it. You need to have fingers in many pies. So it's not that busy, When I first opened the shop, I only sold my own things, and I found that it was awfully hard to keep a rotation of interesting things for people to look at. They'd come in the next week and there was nothing new. And I quickly learned that I needed to buy other stuff to sort of flesh it out. And then I started to go to the New York Gift Show and got a little bit braver and started buying things and curating it a little bit more like a normal shop.
In the shop, we also carry a lot of other local artisan and craftsmen's work. If it's not local, it's definitely handmade. I think that's very appealing to customers as well. We try to source things that fit her own design and illustrative palette as well, so that everything is very well curated in here. There's a certain fluidity with the colors and with the design styles. And I think when people come in here, it's very comfortable and cozy and they feel welcome shopping.
Hi, I'm going to give you a tour of Foxy and Winston now. Here are some of the cards that I make in the back. I print them by hand in very small runs of about 100 each, and they're all blank inside, and I mix the inks by hand. I have all my custom work hanging I make for children. Onesies. I also work on fabric yardage in India. And this is organic cotton canvas. These organic cotton voile lady scarves are made in India and they're all tasseled by hand. Now I'm going to show you some jewelry. These jewelry pieces are made by a friend of mine, Marcy McGoldrick. They're 14 karat gold decal, silk screened onto porcelain. I'm going to show you some of the things now. This is Gerald. The company's called Sweater Toys. She makes all of these guys from recycled sweaters. No two are ever alike. And this is one of my other favorite designers that I sell. They're machine embroidered and they have little pockets with little guys that tell a story. Other than that, I sell candles, jewelry boxes, all sorts of gift items for all occasions. Come and visit us at Foxy and Winston. We're at 392 Van Brunt Street in Red Hook, Brooklyn, and our website is foxyandwinston.com.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at bricartsmedia.org/BIT.